I was Jamie Ian Swiss and I had dinner the other night, and he was telling me about some stuff you guys did on your show, Sin City Spectacular, where you guys taught your girlfriend to do cold reading.
Oh, it was. We couldn't use it. You know, it was so depressing. It was such a depressing thing.
Really?
Oh yeah, we couldn't air it. It was an idea that I had for a long time. I really wanted to do. We took a very competent actress who was very good at improv, and her entire training was a phone call to Randy for like a half an hour, and a phone call to a couple other skeptics that had done cold reading for like a total of like an hour and a half on the phone, and then she read one book. And then she practiced with us. And then we set her up, you know, and it's all about how much you believe the person knows. We set her up with a film crew, our film crew, and put a sign out that said she was signing her book and was doing free readings, and changed the sign from palmistry to astrology to talking to the dead to this and to this and to this. And people would just come in. And she just got herself into pure comedy improv mode. You know, she had done zillions of hours on stage at different, you know, groundling type things.
Right.
And she got herself in improv mode and looked at the people and looked in their eyes and paid attention and just kind of started talking about things. And I think that, I don't want to exaggerate this, but I don't remember the real figures, but it was like, of the 20 people she did, she reduced 5 of them to tears. I mean, complete tears. And everybody considered, I mean, it wasn't like most people considered her to be successful. Everybody considered her to really have powers. And people that had had other readings considered her the best they'd ever seen. And then she insisted for her own morality that she would, as they say in the Carney, dummy them up or explain to them what was going on. And she had been talking to this fellow's dead mother and reduced him to tears, and then took a walk with him where she told him it was a scam. Right. You know, none of that was filmed. Right. You know, which also made it worse in a way, because it would violate his privacy to film him being told it was fake. Yes. But it also made the piece look cold-blooded and miserable. That we were just somehow every single person was dummied up. Every single person was told. No one left believing. But she took this long walk with this one particular guy, talking about his mother and what she had done and how she did care about him. And he did love his mother. And
of course,
you
can't do that without some real empathy.
Yeah, with a huge amount of empathy. And that, I would say, really screwed her up in her own personal life for at least 3 to 6 weeks. Wow. She just felt like she had done something deeply wrong and deeply immoral, and she had gotten into people's lives in places that she shouldn't be, and then by explaining it to them, she had to go through the kind of rage and then heartbreak. So she went through these, I would say she went through an emotional relationship and a breakup with like 20 people in like 2 days. Wow. And it's really heavy. And one of the things I've talked about a lot that isn't covered in the cold reading talk of the South Park, and Ray doesn't even cover it much, is when you're talking to another person, you're always thinking about what you're going to be saying next. Even in a non-professional situation, you have that running through your head. And I tell people who want to learn about cold reading, I tell them, don't read anything about what to do. But the next time you're sitting on a plane with somebody, a stranger, and they begin talking to you, promise yourself you will not think about what you're going to say next. You'll just try to get as much information from them in the shortest period of time possible. Check their rings, check their jewelry, look into their eyes. When you do finally say something, make sure it's totally about them. Try to give nothing of yourself and get everything from them. And it is supernatural. What you learn from cold readings is that we don't listen to each other. Yeah. And if you have, you know, we had this horrible combination of a very talented woman who had a huge amount of empathy and who had the morality that would not allow her to do this. Right. And then because she was dating me, we threw her in a tent to rip open her heart and, you know, show it on TV.
Of course, it might not have fit for your show, but that is the story in and of itself, to talk about the real morality that's going on of the people that can do this day in, day out and be screwing people out of their life savings.